Welcome back. Subgroup of Goa's Golden Jubilee Council will now study various environment assessment clearances and other reports of all 105 active mines in Goa. They will study these mines as questions are being raised on environment clearances. This data will have details of illegal mines in Goa. Subgroup under Madhav Gadgil will also collect data of Gram Sabhas objecting certain projects on environmental grounds and feedback of the government.
Goa's Golden Jubilee Development Council has an Environment and Sustainable Development subgroup under noted environmentalist Madhav Gadgil. Madhav Gadgil says there have been some instances wherein wrong information was given for certain mines with reference to environment clearances and other issues. Now, government wants to have details on them.
To examine for all these mines, the environmental impact assessments which were made for these mines, the environmental public hearings which took place and the way the records of public hearings were maintained, the way environmental clearances were given and how this is happening. So we are now trying to study this issue.
Gadgil says there are instances of illegal mines that need to be closed, but he also wants inputs from people. Subgroup will even study any environment impact of barges that are linked to mining industry.
There are clearly illegal mines. That is admitted. So they should be closed. I mean, rule of law is supposed to prevail in this country. And we will certainly have a session with the concerned officials of the ministry and bring to their notice if there has been improper clearances and so on with full documentation. And I hope that pressure will be generated then to take corrective action.
Some Gram Sabhas reject projects as they can harm environment. Sometimes government accepts the resolutions and sometimes resolutions are overruled. Now, this subgroup will also collect data on Gram Sabha resolutions on environment impact. Porvorim-based Center for Environment Education will collect this data. One can forward details to Sujit Kumar Dongre of CEE. His email ID is sujit.dongre@ceeindia.org. Their postal address is Center for Environment Education, SCERT, Alto Porvorim, Goa. A senior reporter from Panji, Rakesh Kandolkar, with video journalist Devendra Gaonkar.
Anti-corruption crusader Anna Hazare will go on an indefinite fast from Tuesday to force the central government to enact Jan Lokpal bill. The movement under the banner of India Against Corruption is supported in various parts of the country, including Goa. Azad Maidan in Panji is the venue for a day-long token hunger strike in the state on Tuesday.
गद्दार बन गए गद्दार, इसलिए मैं ये तय किया भी जब तक लोकपाल बिल नहीं आएगा तब तक मैं दिल्ली से रिटर्न नहीं जाऊंगा, चाहे उसमें प्राण भी चले जाए, परवाह नहीं। समाज के लिए, देश के लिए मैं ये तय किया है और वो चलते रहूंगा। कल से मेरा जंतर मंतर पर ये अनशन शुरू हो जाएगा और वो वहां तक चलेगा जब तक सरकार लोकपाल बिल जॉइंट ड्राफ्ट बनाकर और जनता का सहभाग लेकर वो कानून नहीं बनाती है, तब तक अभी मैं रोकूंगा नहीं।
India Against Corruption is a nationwide movement of citizens formed a few months ago. Goa successfully participated in the rally on Martyrs' Day. The movement is not limited to an NGO but cuts across the barriers to fight a common enemy called corruption. NGOs and corruption-battered Aam Aadmi can participate in the fast in Panji on Tuesday. Bureau Report, Prudent Media. It is shocking but true. Authorities have allotted 20-page books costing Rs 190 each under the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan to government schools. These books have been published by a Pune-based firm. Sources say this is a clear way of draining government funds allotted for this momentous project.
These are the books that have been allotted in some primary government schools in Goa. These books have stories for young children on Indian leaders, festivals and other folk tales. But the most shocking is their price. Have a look at this. A book on festivals of India is priced over Rs 190 each and it has just 20 pages. A book on Jyotiba Phule is priced at Rs 80. Sources associated with Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan says this is a big loss to the exchequer. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan is an initiative of central government to achieve 100% literacy in India. Under this project, central government funds crores of rupees for educating lakhs of deprived children. Sources say lakhs of rupees are allotted for these books in every taluka. Now, this project has once again come under severe criticism due to pricing of these books. Some officers associated with Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan are not happy due to the pricing factor. A senior reporter from Panji, Rakesh Kanolkar, with video journalist Onkar Fayari.
Around 30% government primary schools lack basic facilities for the students. Government has failed to provide toilets, water and electricity connections to around 100 out of the 327 schools. For these schools, children, basic facilities are a priority. The issue of medium of instruction comes later. Watch this report. According to the figures placed on the table of the House, around 90 of 327 government primary schools do not have toilets. Also, around 49 schools do not have water connections, while 15 do not have electricity connection. The figures were provided by Education Minister Babush Monsrat after May MLA Anant Sheth tabled a question on the number of schools that require upgradation in infrastructure. Here is the breakup of the figures. The issue of medium of instruction has agitated the cross-sections across the state. Interestingly, the controversy erupted after some provoking act and statements from the Education Minister himself. It's the time now that the government focuses on the basic infrastructural needs of the school children. Then comes the issues like medium of instruction. Bureau Report, Prudent Media. It's time now for another short break. Stay tuned.